Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room recap for Friday, August the 16th. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. Any questions you have for me, you can use this email address. And this is a link to get into our free room, 100% free. You do not have to be a member of Trade Ideas to be in our free room. And in the link you're getting, you will see a promo code for 15% off either the first month or the entire year of a Trade Ideas subscription. And I open the room every morning at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. That's when I start to share my screen, get live on the mic. Go up to 3:30 Mondays to Thursdays and up to 3 o'clock on Fridays. I apologize, no video yesterday. I actually did it, but I forgot to turn off my music. So, we decided not to air it. And I do apologize. You might see a little bit of background or hear some background noise today. The gardeners are coming around, so you might hear a little bit more background noise than as usual. Well, what a strange day. I definitely want to go over the evening scan, but I do want to talk about this one trade that I did take in the pre-market. Very crazy one. Didn't even see any news on it, though afterwards we found, it was posted in the room that they actually released earnings after hours yesterday. There was no reaction to it whatsoever, but I caught this one of my gap uppers and I thought, man, what is happening? And it actually held here. The spread was about 650, 670. And I remember saying to myself, well, you can have all you want at 670 if you want to try this one. So I looked at the float. The float was only, now again, this float, I think they did might have done a reverse split a while back. So the float can always be a little bit suspect. But whatever it is, I mean, we say 379,000 shares. It's going to be low. So bottom line is I ended up taking this right here at 670. I was ecstatic to take some out at 780, more ecstatic at 850. And then before the market, I think just as the market opened, I got out at 920. And then look what it did. I mean, I could say to myself, well, you just, left $6 on the table. But, look what can also happen. I mean, you get this happened in the space of I know this is a 15-minute candle, but this happened probably in the space of a couple of minutes, the downturn. So the problem with these, of course, is that they look wonderful when they're going up, but they can be devastating on the way down. With the low float, all of a sudden when people want to bail, there's just nobody who wants to buy. There are hardly any shares out there. So that's what can happen. So I'm not upset that I missed this incredible move once the market opened. Very happy to take what I did basically in the pre-market. Now, a word about the evening scan next day. How good was this one today? I did take this one, V-Ray. The alert was at 418. I didn't get it there. I got it, I think, at 428. I waited a little bit, 428, and I sold up in this area. It was really tough for it to get through that 450. I was really hoping it might pop through. If you look at the weekly chart, you can see exactly what you could see this on the daily chart. I was looking, this I think was earnings. Yeah, it was earnings 5 days ago. So just looking to see if it could start to attack and fill some of that void. So that's what really got me excited about watching V-Ray. And, worked out okay on a percentage basis, going from 428 to about an average of 445 on the sell. Then the next one was Real. Unfortunately, I'm not in it anymore. And Real triggered at 1618. Look what it got up to, 1723. I got into that one around 1632. Again, I don't take these necessarily right on the alert. Watch to see how they're trading a little bit. See how it was a little bit choppy? A little bit choppy after the alert. It got down to 1609. I waited, and I got in right around here. And, sold at 1652 and then up in this area. And so I was all out of it. The next one, actually I didn't take these, but these are the ones that Hua, 2357, got up to 2438. That's a dollar move. EB, 1872, not bad. I mean, not horrible. I got up to 1920. And in fact, that's right. I did take this one. I worked my way out of it. That's right. Took a small gain on it. I think I got in at 1874. I got out at 1888 as it was really struggling to get through 20. This is another one. I don't think it really moved that much. 958. Yeah. See, I'm not going to get burned on these. You don't take them. You don't take them. TX is one that I'm kind of interested in. You can see right there, 1704. I have an alert set right here. In fact, I think I might have already taken it out, so I better reset it. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, it took it out. So if this takes out 17 again, I'm going to maybe get into this one. You can see all the room it might have. But pretty darn good. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4 definitely worked. And then this one didn't work at all. I think HSC, there was the alert at 871, and it, just moved down almost immediately. See, did it ever get up above that alert price? Yeah, very modestly. They can't all work, of course, but I'll take those odds any day. And not very many alerts today from them. So, and the other thing that's nice is, let me just see V-Ray. So V-Ray was 5 days ago for earnings. Yeah, this is 2 days ago. This is 2 days ago. This is 6 days ago. This is 11 days. 2 days ago. And 12 days ago. So, some of these are still being influenced, especially the ones, within a couple of days are still being influenced by their earnings release. As I've said in the room a few times, we're right at the end of earnings season. I think we had 400 companies this week. We may have 400 next week, but the problem is that a lot of them will be very small ones. And, the problem with the small earnings releases is that you get some action in the pre-market, and then sometimes, for the rest of the day, they don't move very much, as opposed to the more expensive ones. And I'm not talking about super expensive, but even, $10, $20, $30 ones, they will have usually some movement during the day once the market opens up. But a lot of these little ones, they have their big pop in the pre-market, and then they kind of sit there for long periods of the day, and they may move up a little bit, but not a tremendous percentage increase. So anyway, that is it. A great day from the evening scan. Very encouraged by what's happening. We had a couple of days earlier in the week that not much happened, but I'm very encouraged by what I'm doing. This is something that, again, just to remind you, and this is maybe a good illustration too. These are the ones on the downside, but of course the market was whipping higher, so I wouldn't be too interested in the ones that actually triggered on the downside. But these are the stocks that made the evening scan. These are the ones that I had put into the symbol list. So I don't know how many stocks that are. There's 20, 22. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, only 9 triggered. So they're not all going to trigger. They have to meet the, in this alert window, there are filters in place. So they're not all going to trigger. Sometimes it's a matter of the relative volume. One of my filters is 1.5. So this one is not going to trigger, even though it worked well. Probably, if I look at it, was a nice one. But, when you start relaxing the filters, you start getting the ones that aren't going to work that well, and you get distracted. So yeah, while it would have been nice to have seen this one, I prefer just to have some fairly tough filters. But if I start getting fewer and fewer alerts, of course, I'll start to relax the filters a little bit and see what happens. Here's another one, Altair. I think it's actually doing quite well, but again, the relative volume is way low. So anyway, now if you were part of the test drive this week, I hope you had a decent time. I always try to manage people's expectations for the test drive. You're not going to become a trade ideas expert after 5 trading days. But again, we have the room. It's like this every day, free. We have webinars, 4 of them a week. We have 4 training sessions a week also. So we really try hard to support the product. You'll also be receiving an email sometime this week, maybe tonight. I think some people get them tonight and some on Sunday, and there'll be a nice promotion code for you, a discount if you want to take out a subscription to Trade Ideas. All right. And one other thing, if you're winding up your test drive today, make sure you save everything to the cloud. Just basically right click. I'll just do it here. Basically right click your window and save or share to the cloud. All right. Just save. And also your layout. If you have an entire layout, go File, Save, and then give you entire layout, click on it, give it a name, and save it. The reason you should do that is that even if you decide you want to take out a subscription, and you do it, doesn't even matter when you do it, but if you decide at some point down the road you want to take out a subscription, as long as you use the same email address as you use for this test drive, everything you've done during your test drive will be saved for you in the cloud, so you don't have to recreate everything. All right, well, that is it. It's been a long week for me. Of course, your test drive is always interesting, lots of questions, but I certainly don't mind. That's why I'm there. I'm going to just shut down the chart. So again, if you have any questions for me, you can use this email address. This is a link for the room, free room. I'm going to open the room Monday morning, 9 o'clock Eastern time. So hope everybody has a great weekend, and hope to see you in the trading room Monday morning. Bye-bye.